House Republicans already targeting Alejandro Mayorkas. Texas Congressman Pat Fallon introducing a resolution to impeach the Department of Homeland Security Secretary. This for his handling of the border and immigration. Now, Republican leadership still has not said yet whether they will take further action, but if they do, Mayorkas would need to be tried by the Democratic-controlled Senate. And Mayorkas speaking about that possibility earlier on this week.
I've got a lot of work to do. I'm proud to do it alongside 250,000 incredibly dedicated and talented individuals in the Department of Homeland Security, and I'm going to continue to do my work.
So you have no intention of resigning?
I do not. I've got a lot of work to do, and we're going to do it.
Are you prepared for the investigations?
I am. I will be, and I'll continue to do my work throughout them.
Texas Republican Congressman Pat Fallon joins us live, who brought forward the articles of impeachment. Congressman, good to see you. So you just heard there from Secretary Mayorkas saying he's going to continue his work. He will not step down. Your thoughts on that?
Well, several things, Sean. Number one, he mentions his 250,000 employees. I would love for them to vote. I wish we could empower them to have a vote of no confidence, because I think he would be removed immediately. Because Alejandro Mayorkas is engaged in a pattern of conduct that's incompatible with his duties as an officer of the United States. There was a Secure Fence Act that was passed in 2006, which requires the Department of Homeland Security Secretary to maintain operational control on the southern border. Does anybody think that the United States right now has operational control of the southern border? Absolutely not. And there's two other articles where he perjured himself in front of Congress. And then, if you can recall, the accusations that Border Patrol agents whipped migrants when they were on horseback. That never happened. Emails now show that he knew that, and he still undermined and lied and misled the American people about that incident.
Representative Tony Gonzalez, San Antonio Republican, whose district spans 800 miles of the border, came out forcefully against the move, saying this, and I'll read it to you and then have you respond. Quote, impeachment is, in case of emergency, break glass, he said on CNN. It shouldn't be a common thing. Not that DHS Secretary Mayorkas hasn't made a lot of mistakes, and there is clearly a lot of people upset. Your thoughts on that? Is there any potential for someone to cross party lines to support what you've pushed forward?
Yeah, well, I respectfully but fiercely disagree with my good friend Tony Gonzalez. For instance, this is an emergency, and it is time to break the glass. John, we had never in our history had a month where over 200,000 folks crossed the border illegally. The last 9 months in a row have all been over 200,000 folks. We had 100 people, actually over 100 people that have been on the terrorist watch list apprehended on the border. 5 million people have crossed it over the last 2 years. It is, and want to talk about breaking the glass, the cartels are making wild profits at the expense of American lives. They make $25 billion with illegal narcotics trafficking, but an additional $13 billion now with human smuggling. And then there is slavery in the United States, again, with the sex trafficking that this administration is facilitating.
Human trafficking, drug trafficking as well. Really quick, I wanted to pivot, and I'll let you go here. Just 30 seconds for you. NBC News reported that there was a second batch of classified documents found at a second location per President Biden's aides has found them. His attorney has found classified documents at the Penn Biden Center, so this happened not once but twice. The White House now dodging the questions about the second batch, at least what we know so far. Clearly, this is a juxtaposition of former President Trump, his investigation here. What went through your mind when you saw the report of now a second batch of classified documents found under President Biden?
Well, Sean, this is spiraling out of control, and I think it's going to end up being a major political crisis for Joe Biden, and rightfully so, quite frankly. And I think the Democrats are going to be very silent on President Trump and the classified documents now, because they are going to show if they have any standards, they're going to have double standards only, because it's completely hypocritical not to attack Joe Biden, too.
That is Texas Republican Congressman Pat Fallon joining us live on the program. Congressman, always good to see you. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Sean. God bless.